Yeah, there's a car here though. I'm not sure what they're doing.
We're trying to get out.
I really gotta get out of here. Oh, you can have to try to pull over here, I guess.
Can you keep your trailer down there just for a few minutes, please? Because we're finished work and we gotta get out of here.
You don't think you can pull in here?
No. I got another car behind me.
All these damn people keep trying to pull out from this side of the parking lot. They don't think they can squeeze through here, so they keep yelling at me, trying to get me to move. So I stopped recording, but I got it pretty much up on here. The wheels aren't spinning, so we got a machine dolly under there, winching it up. A little bit of a lip at the bottom of the trailer here. So we got the steel plate sitting on it. Pretty centered on the trailer. Tried to make it as centered as possible. So just a little bit further. Yeah.
Now, how do you make sure she doesn't roll off?
I got chains and ratchets. So I just have to get it centered over the axles, and then I can drop it down and then just chain it up and I'll be good to go.
Sweet.
Yeah, thanks a lot, eh? I'll shoot you a text one day when I'm swinging by.
Don't worry, you don't have to. I hope it pans out. I hope you get fun.
So she's loaded up. Not squishing the truck too much. Most of the weight is over the axles. Put it a little bit forward. Should be pretty solid like that. Okay. It's nice and heavy for sure. Flexing on the tires a bit. Truck squished quite a bit. There's a charger for it. Got chains, binders, some ratchet binders. So I'm gonna chain it up, chain it down, make sure everything's locked up, and we're gonna have to reverse out of here, I guess. Reverse out. I'm gonna bring this back to the shop, measure how tall it is, see if it will fit in my garage. If it fits in the garage, I might try to stick it in the garage for now. If not, I'm gonna have to haul it somewhere else. Massive electric battery right here. Not electric battery, obviously, just a battery. 1,400 pounds just on the battery. The actual unit itself has a plate on here somewhere. 24 volt. Oh, here we go. Chassis weight 3780. 3780 plus battery. 5,000 pounds. Okay, better get to chaining this thing up before somebody else comes. Tries to tell me to get out of the way. Okay, so that's far enough in. Keep some tension on it. Like this. So the hydraulics, the battery for the winch, it's hooked directly up to the truck's trailer wire right there, the brake wire. It's just hooked up, constant power, giving a little trickle charge to the battery. Got this little bit of metal here left to load up. These are all stainless steel venting tubes, like for gas. They're double lined. Some expensive stuff, but I'm probably just gonna scrap it because I don't got space or time to try to sell it. But there's a whole bunch of it here. Just about a copper and stuff. All this little bits of copper were just left behind on the ground. And with this sub pump, it's an expensive sub pump, so I'm gonna check it out, see if it works. But the whole building burnt down. It used to go way to the back there. I think he said it was like 575 feet long by 40 feet wide. I was here a long time ago. I have a video of I picked up a forklift battery with my old truck and trailer. He loaded it onto my trailer with his forklift. I got a quick video of it showing the building. He couldn't see the extent of the building or how long it was in the last video, but went all the way to the back. It had like a little section in the middle that was dividing the two. The first one caught on fire, spread to the second one, burnt the whole thing right to the ground. Oil container, hydraulic oil was in the fire. There was a whole whack load of acetylene and oxygen tanks. All of the safety release valves let go and burnt out. Got a handful of them in the truck here. I'll show you what's They're all completely empty. The valves have a safety release in them, I'm pretty sure, so as soon as it heats up, it lets all the gas out so it doesn't explode the tank. So after they're heated up, it seems to be pretty easy to spin these brass valves off. So the scrapyard should take them as long as the brass valve is spun out. So there's those ones there. This one was beside the building, and it still has a bunch of gas in it. Not sure exactly what's in it, but here's some more bottles that were in the fire. The nitrogen tank completely blew up, so obviously the pressure relief valve on that one wasn't working properly. Popped the whole tank. Pretty serious tank. To keep this one aside just to show off to people and show people how crazy the fire was, but that one there we could definitely scrap as aluminum. This one was right inside the building when it was on fire, so it literally melted the whole brass valve and everything, softened it up, and just completely sagged down, melted all the innards of that. Pretty much anything that was aluminum inside the building melted into a pile. So I got some chunks of melted aluminum. And now I'm just walking around on the property here looking for little bits of metal, copper. It's hanging up out of the ground. A demo company came in and cleared out the property. So in the contract they were entitled to all of the scrap, so they took all of the scrap. There was a lot of heavy machinery in here, as well as brand new copper wire, brand new copper tubing, fittings, brass fittings. So for the most part, they took all of it. buddy that owns the house has been searching around, finding little bits here and there. So when I showed up today, he already had a little pile of copper going for me. It's looking like we got most of it. There's not really much signs of the fire left here. Most of the stuff's been cleaned up. Of course, my dog's out walking around, checking out the property. See this drainage pipe melted all the way back to there from the building. So when the fire truck showed up, it was pretty much a lost cause already, especially with all the gas tanks and acetylene tanks and stuff inside the building. So they just let it burn, and they brought in an excavator, collapsed in the roof with the excavator, and started picking up pieces, putting it off onto the other side of the driveway there, trying to prevent it from burning more. It's really sad to see. A piece of metal. See any bits of wire? Looks like a copper wire. All the casings melted off of it. Steel pole right here from the fence. So may as well grab that. Add it to the dream. Another piece hanging up there against the fence. He said he's gonna take down the fence soon. So probably get the metal from the fence too once it's all finished. Brass valve. I think it's brass. Yeah, it's definitely brass. I got a green on it. This was a hydro pole. Power was coming in. Burnt up, fell over by itself. Much all the copper wire was gone, but all the aluminum wire was still there. So I cut the aluminum wire off this pole in small sections, threw it in the truck. This is a long building. Super expensive. There's no way they're gonna get enough money from the insurance company to build the same size building that they had here. Building was kind of old and not in the best shape, but Okay, I'll try to hurry up and get to the end of this pathway here. More sheet steel. Already grabbed the truckload earlier today, brought it back, and I'm here for the second load now. Just finished loading up the second load, and then come back in a few days, grab some other stuff. I think this was fiberglass from a boat. He had a couple fiberglass boats in there. Soggy. So the building ended right here. It's really sad to see. All I can do is hope the best for him and hope that the insurance company doesn't screw him over. Actually gives them a fair amount of money so they can rebuild and get back on track. Okay, Lex, come on, let's get to the truck.